Yo, we back once again, and Jake Paul is one of the greatest trolls to hit the internet. He recently fired shots at Floyd Mayweather in an epic poem that he wrote, so I'm just gonna play the poem for you guys real quick.
Dear Mr. Mayweather, who runs your Instagram? They need to get paid better. Do us a favor and stay off of social media. You should focus on learning to read, retirement, or maybe an encyclopedia. You call me out to fight, but you're half my height. You might beat my brother, but Jake Paul is a different type. Fuck your proposition. I don't do exhibitions. We can fight on my conditions. 50-50 commissions. Oh, and we haven't forgotten you tried training Nate to beat me. I left him unconscious on the canvas. Let's hope you're not that easy. A quick NBA knockout. He's never boxing again. Speaking of NBA, who knocked up your daughter, my friend? After I KO Askren on Triller, April 17th, I would love to fight you, Floyd, and punch you in those fake veneer-ass teeth.
Yo, Mayweather got roasted through poetry, bro. That is hilarious. And I would like to take the time to dissect this poem line by line because it's a very well written poem. 50 years from now, high schoolers would be reading Shakespeare, Robert Frost, and Jake Paul for their English classes. Now diving into the epicness, we got a line about Floyd needing to focus on reading or retirement. Now this is a nasty line right here because this is a double roast. Okay, Jake Paul brings up the fact that Mayweather is unable to read, something that he has been roasted for years. This was one of 50 Cent's favorite roasts on Mayweather, as he, being an epic rapper himself, had epic poetry skills. Because, having to think of the bars and shit in your songs, you gotta be good at the English language, you feel me? Now, Jake Paul, he also mentions retirement, which highlights the fact that Mayweather is old now. He shouldn't be fighting pointless exhibitions with YouTubers, bro. Like, the once greatest fighter of all time is now fighting YouTubers. And I say once greatest fighter because KSI is now the greatest fighter of all time. Not even a debate. But looking at the line, this line hits deeper than just the surface value. This line also suggests that Mayweather is going through a late midlife crisis, which is further highlighted later on in the poem with the nasty line, "We can fight on my conditions, 50-50 commissions." Holy shit, that one was good, bro. This shows that Mayweather is losing relevance as time goes on. Okay, he was on top of the world 10 years back, making all the moves, getting all the big money fights, and then now his fight with Logan Paul gets cancelled due to lack of interest. So this is definitely something that hits really deep with Floyd Mayweather, and it's obvious, okay? The reason I know that this hurts Mayweather deep down in the feels is because he lashed out at Conor McGregor before his Dustin Prober fight, saying how McGregor copied his persona and everything. He was getting mad at Conor. Conor didn't do shit to him. He was doing his own thing. But Conor's fight was taking all the main headlines, and Mayweather's fight no one was talking about at all. So that Mayweather was salty because of this. Because Mayweather was trying to push the narrative that he carried the McGregor fight with all the promotion and stuff like that. But we all know that McGregor was the bigger draw. He's the bigger name. More people care about Conor McGregor than Floyd Mayweather. And that's a fact. And this is something that Mayweather, he really hates deep down. He misses being in the main spotlight. And now that he has lost his relevancy, boom, Jake Paul was digging into that. So with all of this into account, Jake Paul's poem is a true masterpiece, highlighting the traumatic insecurities of Floyd Mayweather at a profound level of deepness that it is hard to replicate unless you're a master of linguistics. I don't think anyone could create such beautiful, just spectacular lines. This is probably the best poem to ever be written. Now Jake Paul then goes on with another dirty line. "Oh, and we haven't forgotten you tried training Nate to beat me. I left him unconscious on the canvas. Let's hope you're not that easy. A quick NBA knockout. He's never boxing again. Speaking of NBA, who knocked up your daughter, my friend?" Holy shit. Holy shit, that one's good, bro. That's nasty, bro. This segment right here questions the status of Floyd Mayweather as a trainer, as his number one prospect, Nate Robinson. You know, he was representing the NBA as the greatest boxer of the NBA scene. And Jake Paul, representing the YouTubers, just easily dealt with him. Like, it wasn't even close. It just shows that YouTubers were way better. Like, Jake Paul having to go through, like, legendary fights with legends such as Deji and Gibb. It was easy, bro. Easy work. Just clean that up. Boom. Now, this shows that Mayweather isn't the best trainer. I think that the reason Nate Robinson didn't win is because he didn't have the GOAT trainer Vidal Riley in his corner. Okay, that mastermind, he trained KSI to become the greatest boxer of all time, bro. Vidal Riley is the best coach to ever live. Because look what he did with KSI, bro. He's the GOAT. But going back to the poem, Jake marvelously segues from NBA, as in basketball NBA, to NBA, as in NBA Youngboy, the rapper, who got Mayweather's daughter pregnant not once, but twice, bro. Twice. I think that dude has like 7 kids at the age of 21 or something, which further disrespects Floyd Mayweather. So Jake Paul managing to fit 2 L's into one segment of the poem, that is just too legendary. A work of art by Jake Paul. Just amazing writing. Like, I'm starting to question whether he got a ghostwriter for this poem, because god damn, this shit's so good. It's just too good, bro. So for this reason, I have to give this poem a 10 out of 10 on the Lukey Boy critical review. GOAT status, if I'm being honest, probably the greatest poem to ever be written. I can't think of a poem better than this one. I was hoping that Mayweather was going to respond back in poetry form too, but he did respond, however, not in poetry, which is kind of sad. You know, I wanted to see what type of bars Mayweather could have clapped back with. You know, that would have been epic to see, but I forgot Mayweather can't read, so there's no way he's writing poems. But Jake Paul, he's already won just by getting Mayweather's attention. You see, with Conor McGregor, Conor didn't even mention Jake Paul's name, but Mayweather instantly falls for the bait, bro. Like, Jake Paul's playing 4D chess with Floyd. There's nothing Floyd could really do in this situation, you know. Jake Paul was the puppeteer, the puppet master at the top, pulling all the strings. Just truly a mastermind at work. But anyways, that is my critical review of Jake Paul's legendary poem. 10 out of 10. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you haven't. Make sure to like the video. I'm out of here, bro. Peace.
Excellent entry. Optimal movement pattern.